Hi everyone, welcome back. On today's journal, I would like to share my thoughts on self identity or separate self or the mask that we wear. We identify ourselves with that mask. In spiritual circles, we hear people say that self is an illusion. We need to raise the shelf, or we need to get rid of the self in order for us to grow spiritually and realize our infinite nature. If the self is illusion, then why do we need to get rid of the self? I thought there is some misunderstanding about how we approach our self identity or the mask that we wear. If the self is an illusion, who is experiencing the illusion? The world's greatest spiritual teachings tell us that we are not who we think we are. Some traditions say we are spark of the divine filled with God. Other tells we are one with everything. Some tradition even go further, say that world is all illusion and explain how consciousness create life to express all the possibilities. When we journey into the spiritual path deeply, inevitably it brings us to face with the profound mystery of our own self identity and how we are unaware of our true infinite nature most of the time. When we looked into the question of self identity and our nature, it requires us to understand two distinct dimensions of self and our true nature. If we question our experience of our self identity deeply, we will discover that we don't exist as separate being, and our tendency to identify with a limited sense of existence and believe in self is an illusion. It causes suffering and remove us from the freedom and mystery of life. The sense of separation, self identity is a mask that we wear. What it is behind that mask is infinite awareness, our true self. That's what we are. There is no problem with the mask itself. It is the means through which the play is enabled. It is the means through our worldly experience is enabled. Without mask, there is no worldly experience. So, there are no issues with the self-identity or the mask or our character that in play. Without that, there is no world experience. But only it's become mass problem when the self identify or the mask is believe and feel that it share the limitation of the body and mind and the character. So another way of saying, when we forget our true nature, our infinite true nature, when we believe that we are limited by this body and mind and its activity, then our suffering start. So the issue is not the identity or the mask or the character. The issue is the forgetting nature, the ignorance that we forget our true infinite nature. So don't try to get rid of the mask or self-identity or the mental construct of the body and mind. Don't practice mindfulness or any other mind activity to get rid of the mask or purify the body and mind. There is nothing to get rid of or discipline. Everything is an illusion, is a mind activity. It is an automated process. It's like a software is appearing, disappearing automatically. We do not have a control over it. Like a sky doesn't have a control over when clouds appear or disappear. So same as that, what appear in our mind, we don't have a control over it. So the self-identity or the mask or any kind of mind activity, we don't have a control over it. Even if we try to control it, that can give you only short-term relief, maybe half day, then it will go back to the same rotation. Because with mind, we cannot achieve a permanent state. What is needed is recognition of our true infinite nature. In return, this will liberate the character and release the mask from the prison of suffering and the cycle of suffering. If we really question our self-identity or the mask, or for most of us, when we say I am, the first thing come to our mind is that our body and mind and its associated activities, emotions, thoughts, stories, and the memories, these are our identity. This is all generated by mind automatically, so we cannot get rid of those things. Even if we try, it can give you like a short-term solution, then it will come back again. So rather than focusing on try to get rid of something, we can spend time and realizing our true nature. In return, it will free us from the suffering. When I say free us, what I mean by that, the activity, the identity we feel that somebody within us is suffering. So it can give you a relief from that. If we see a piece of rope on the ground and mistake it for a snake only by looking at it more deeply and seeing it for what it is will dissolve the illusion of a snake. Likewise, only by seeing our true nature we can overcome suffering. I am not this body, so I was never born and I will never die. I am nothing and I am everything. I am no thing. This is how I arrived my channel name.